We just wanted to welcome everyone joining us this evening. We are very excited to bring you the next weekly Master UFO Action Plan and 53 Challenge. We're going to be sharing with you this evening the best tools for retailing and for registering your preferred customers. And we have a great evening planned for you this evening. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Tamara Weinstein. I am first and foremost an UnFranchise owner. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a board certified clinical nutritionist. I've been in practice for about 26 years. I've been honored and privileged to work with Market America, Shop.com, and the Nutrimetrics division of this company for the past 15 years. And most recently, about 6 months ago, I became the Director of Sales and Continued Education for Health and Nutrition.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leigh Raeder, for those of you that don't know me. I've been an UnFranchise owner for about 12 years now. I'm a motives field consultant, which means I work with the corporate team and everybody we have in the office as far as motives, skincare, layered, and personal care products. I've also been a licensed cosmetologist for about 27 years. I'm a global educator with the company, also Motive Certified Trainer of the Year. And I am a multiple challenge and contest winner because I love retailing. It's one of my strong kind of suits in this business. So I'm excited to share what we have tonight, but we are going to be showing you a lot of tools. In fact, our company, we were just talking, we have a lot of tools because we're all UnFranchise owners and we like to actually share the tools that we kind of start using in the field, and then we bring that on kind of company wide. And I think you guys can all agree too that we have a lot of different divisions. And so I don't want you to get overwhelmed by the amount of tools that we have. And I don't want you to think that you're going to use every tool that we have. So what I want you guys to do is take out a pen and paper and maybe just jot down a couple tools as we go that you maybe can start using in your own business, or maybe they're tools you kind of forgot about and want to, use during this challenge. But it's also nice to know what tools are out there so you can support not only your team, but also your customers. So let's get right into it.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Leigh. The first thing we wanted to start off with really was the importance of how to register your preferred customers. And it's really important that we do that so that our customers are assigned to us and don't accidentally get randomly placed elsewhere. So the best way to do this is through your UnFranchise business account, your unfranchise.com. If you go to the business tab, you'll see the drop down to my customers, and you could create a new customer right there on your UnFranchise. Of course, try and fill in as much of the information as you have on that customer, but the key is that you at least have their email address, because that's what links them back to you. The other thing you can do is you can go to your shop.com site. Now, I want to make sure that if you're going to your shop.com that you're doing it through your browser and not on the app. Because on the app, it's sort of a random site, unless you're logged in as yourself and you share the link. But if you go through your browser, you will see your shop consultant is at the top, right above where the red circle is, where it says sign in. So if I was on my browser, it would say your shop consultant is Tamara Weinstein. And then I can click the sign in and have them fill in their information if I'm with them in person. And that's really the easiest and safest way to have your customers link back to your personal sites.
And I think that's really important too, you guys, because sometimes if we give our website out, you never know if the customer is maybe going to spell something wrong or not put in the complete website, and it might get kicked off of your site, or it might just be someone else's site. So once they are a preferred customer of yours with that email address, they're always linked to your sites, and they can log into any site then, and it's always tied back to you. So that's really great advice, Dr. Tamara. So when we start our UnFranchise, we actually get a lot of different websites. Some we might use more than others, but it's crazy when you look at the amount of sites we do have. And they do come in handy, especially when you're talking to a client that's maybe just interested in like one of our divisions and you don't want them to get overwhelmed on the shop.com site. So me personally, I tend to use motivescosmetics.com a lot because that is kind of my focus in my field. But one of the sites that people don't really realize we have is we have these custom mini websites, and there's templates you can choose from, and you can actually build a site with some of your favorite products on. So if you have like kind of a core group of products that you like to talk about, you can build your own little site and just share that, with your customers and your network, which I think is really handy.
I love that site. In fact, my boys, for those of you that know me, they're competitive bodybuilders, my two older boys, and they've built that site not only with some of the health and nutrition products, but they've sort of expanded a bit. So those mini sites are fantastic. And then when we share our pages, I think it's really important that everybody is aware that we need to go down to the bottom. There's actually a link, a share link to this page on all of our sites. It doesn't matter which one you're on. If you copy and paste the URL at the top, it's not going to link them back to your own personal site, but you can actually have the benefit here of pulling up a specific product that you like, that you want to share, and then go down to the bottom and then take a snap of that link and then share that link. When they click on that, and you can email it or text it, when they click on that, it will actually bring them back exactly to the page that you sent them to. So you can do a general page, or you can do a specific topic, or a specific product and send it that way. And if you see on the sidebar, you can also share it onto social media, and that will link your page right back to you and your site. So again, don't use the address up at the top. Use the one down at the bottom, and use the sidebar to share to social media.
So we wanted to first start by showing you some of our mini sites and the tools on some of these sites. So this is actually a view of our motivescosmetics.com site, which if you haven't visited in a while, I would encourage you to, because we actually just revamped it a few months ago. So under the Learn tab, we have our virtual Try Me, we have our custom skin quiz, we have the Get the Look, we have a custom blends survey for those of you that are certified in custom blend that actually shows up on your website. We also have our flawless shade match quiz, which helps our clients match their to their favorite, our favorite foundation, which is our flawless face sticks. Then we also have a color correction interactive tool. So if some of these tools are new to you, I encourage you to go to the site and play around with them a little bit so that you know how they work, and then you can share them with somebody. You don't have to specialize in motives, but if one of your customers asks you a question like, how do I find out what shade of foundation stick do I wear? All you have to do is share that quiz with them. You don't have to be an expert and know all the different shades or even have them on hand. So it's really, really handy. For our virtual Try Me, this has been a huge successful tool because people can try on the makeup before they even buy it. They can try it on virtually. This comes in handy even for some of our UnFranchise owners when they ask like, what lip shade should I wear? Just go and try them on and have fun with it. What's really great is you can do it on the Motives website, either from your computer or you can do it from your phone. And it's really easy. You just pick a product, click on Try Me, click the consent box. You can actually do it live time. You can upload a picture, or you can choose a picture of one of our models. And what's really fun is when you upload a picture of your customer, try different products on them, and then send it to them and say, hey, you know what? This would be a really great color for you. But show your customers how to use it. It's so much fun, and it's been a really, really successful tool on our site. So kind of shows you that you can pick all the different colors and try them on real time and see how they look.
That is so much fun. I was able to go on myself and pick some new shades of lipstick. I absolutely love that. So not only for my customers, but for me too. And then some other tools that we have through our TLS weight loss solution. Everybody has a tlsslim.com website. And I want you to be aware of how many resources are available just within this site alone. If you go to that resource tab, the drop down will share with you all of these education videos and program downloads, recipes. Melanie Nelson has just revamped our menu plans for TLS, and they look absolutely beautiful. So if you're not familiar with it, or this is not your area of specialty, I'm sure everybody comes across people that are looking to get a little healthier or maybe lose a little bit of weight, and everybody needs some education. So make sure you're aware of these tools. I highly recommend that you go in and play around and see what is available. That's one thing that's really important to do, because I think a lot of people don't realize how much that this company has to offer for all of us franchise owners to help us grow our business. The education is just amazing.
Yeah, it's so true. This is something that I know that you and I were talking about too, is we need more product reviews on so
Yes.
many of our favorite products. So get in the habit of writing a review for those products that you like. Ask your customers to write a review. I don't know about you guys, but I do almost all of my shopping online, and I read reviews every time I shop to decide what I'm going to purchase. Well, our clients that are looking at our websites are doing the exact same thing. So I just grabbed a couple, and it's so funny because when I put this together, I didn't know that this was actually Dr. Tamara's husband, but I just grabbed, a couple different reviews. And so this was on actually the shop.com site. I believe this was on isotonics.com. And just so you guys are aware, you can actually upload your pictures to our motives for our motives products. And anytime you submit a review on unfranchise.com or any of these other websites, it will actually show up on all the websites across the board. So you only have to do it in one spot and it will show up. But they're so like handy. And these are like really testimonials. So if you're looking for testimonials for certain products, go to that product page, scroll down and look there, and you can share those with people. Sometimes people like to hear from others and not just from us, right? So this is kind of that third party credibility. But yeah, we need more reviews. So like get in the habit of like once a week, even just picking one and writing it. We'd so appreciate it.
Absolutely. Get those reviews in. And if you don't know where to submit them, you can even email them to me at tamaraw@marketamerica.com, and I'll get to them to where they need to go, because we really would love to have more reviews on there.
And actually, let me go back and show them, because there's actually a button that just says write a review right by the reviews.
Yeah.
All you have to do is click on that. You can give it how many stars you want and just write it and hit submit. And it'll take a couple days to show up, but it will show up eventually after it's reviewed.
That would be fantastic. And then we have amazing catalogs for all of our different divisions, and you can purchase them through your unfranchised back office. We have, our regular MA product catalog that you could purchase a 10-pack for, or the really nice new feature that was added not that long ago was to even add a single catalog to an existing order that you were sending to a customer. So if you're shipping a customer an order through your unfranchise, then you can obviously add a catalog to that order for them. And that's a really nice way to have them see what else is available to them that they can have. And the catalog is pretty comprehensive across the divisions. And then of course, within each division, we have some additional catalogs like our layered catalog. If you're specializing in Nutrimetrics, we have a Nutrimetrics catalog, actually a brand new one, hopefully will be launched very soon. Web Solutions has a catalog. So make sure that you're using those, because I don't know about you, Leigh, but I still kind of like to flip through pages. Do you still like to do that?
Yeah, actually.
I like digital, but I do like pages at the same time.
And let me tell you, like, I love adding these catalogs to my customers' orders whenever possible, because what I find happens is they might be a customer ordering from one division, but sometimes they flip through that catalog and they're like, I didn't know you had this, or I didn't know you had that. So it can really increase your sales. The layered catalog is free for you to download, and you can, so we give a lot of these resources for free, where all you have to do is download them. You can have them printed if you want. You can email them, so there's so many different ways that you can use them. We also have a digital catalog for our motives division. And a lot of people don't realize we have this, but it's really nice because you can actually get your own unique link. And so when you send this catalog out through an email or a text or however you want to share it, when your customer clicks on that link, whatever they click on in that catalog, and if they order, and if they're maybe not already a preferred customer, it will be your website that comes up. And it's beautiful. You can kind of flip the pages digitally. It's really beautifully done. And so you would just go to your unfranchised business account, click on business, go to motives, and then you'll see it right there, motives digital catalog. And then this will come up and you just copy your own custom link and you can share it wherever you would like.
Fantastic. And Leigh, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of people that often ask me, well, where do I find things and how do I find them? Right. So we do have on our unfranchised back office, our business account, there is on that toolbar, the resource tab, and under resources, there is a drop down, and one of which is support materials. And a lot of our retailing tools do live there. So I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to go there. This actually is a screenshot of 2 tools that we have that do live in that support materials. However, if you're not sure how to get there, you won't find them. So we're going to be making the one available through the unfranchised marketing app. But I just want to make sure that you're all aware of these tools, because once you know where they are, when you are working with other business partners or you are bringing on new business partners and growing your own franchise, this is a great tool to share with them so that they know where to find things. And I always encourage people, spend a little time and just play around. You know, you can pull down through the support materials. There's a search bar there, and you can put certain search words in. And the company tries very hard to put multiple search words in the finder so that if you were to put in something that, for instance, we're going to share with you shortly, a health survey, whether you put in, you know, health or survey, it would pop up within there. So make sure you're going on and playing around and see what you actually have available to you. We have a lot of things from all of our different divisions that were created by very talented people back at the corporate office, through the team back there, things that are uploaded, new things that are uploaded on a regular basis to that site. So make sure you get in there and play around. But these 2 tools are in that support materials section, and one is the frequently asked questions that Andrew Chi actually put together that you can download and share with other people, or you know, you can email it as well. And then the new one, the leveraging success with support materials, shows you where to find some other tools that are available to you. And again, across all of our divisions, they're all located there for you.
So before we move on, I would love to hear from all of you in the chat. Like, what are some of your favorite support materials that you have, you know, found on unfranchise.com that you like to use? Let us know in the chat, and then let us know how you like to use them as well, because I know a lot of you are reading the chat and you're kind of sharing things with each other, and that's how we all learn, right? We share what works for us and gives others the idea of what they can do with them. Event PowerPoints and outlines, that's great. There's a lot of those back there for sure. Some of you are probably like, gosh, there's so many, I don't even know how to choose. Well, we're going to show you some screenshots of some things that are back there. Again, this is just to kind of plant the seed in what we have and what you can do. So some of the marketing materials that we have in our beauty division is we actually have flyers for each new product that we come out with. So if you're kind of like, just want a 1-sheet flyer, I love to give these out to my clients when they come and they pick something up, or when they come for a consultation. I like to always give them something to take home with them. We also have them for our styling products and our personal care section. We have them for Lumiere V on all of our products, and look how beautiful they are. Our company does such a great job. Our creative team is wonderful, and they really bring to life, you know, what we kind of would like. And look at these divisions too.
Yeah, and we have, again, across all divisions. So for our health and nutrition products, I know we don't have necessarily a flyer on each and every one, but we are working on that. Some of them needed to be updated, so don't worry if you can't find one. If it's disappeared, it will be new and improved and back again. But when you look at our health and nutrition product flyers, what I love about them is it gives you the ingredient label along with the benefits and a little blurb on the product itself. So it's so informative. You know, Leigh, a lot of people tell me I love these products, but I'm still learning and I'm not quite sure what to say yet. Well, let these materials do it for you. And it's nice to have the ingredients there as well so that, you know, your customer can look at it and read it and see what's actually in it. So I think it's really important to use some of these, whether you're well versed on the products or you're just sharing them with other people and you need a little guidance because you're new and you're not so well versed just yet. They're great tools to use. So everything from health and nutrition to our TLS. This was a beautiful new flyer that was made for the shakes that we have throughout TLS. And then we have different guides as well across the division. So product flyers are fantastic to use. It not only gives your customers the information, but everything you might want to share with them in case you don't know it just yet is kind of right in front of you. So it's very easy just to look at and read off the flyer and share the information with your new customers.
And print them in color if you are going to print them, because I love all the colors on them. They look bright, they look professional, they're so well done.
They do. And one thing, just in case you don't have a very good color printer, I have in the past when my printer was down, I've saved some of these tools onto a memory stick and I've gone into Staples and I've even printed them off there on their color printers so that they continue to look nice and professional.
And Staples Copy and Print is a partner store, and we have so many partner stores you could do that at too. I mean, the possibilities are endless. We also have regimen guides for our skincare. I know a lot of people, they'll ask me like, how do I know what order to apply the products, and how do I know which products go together? We actually have regimen guides for every single skincare line that we have. We have protocols as well that kind of give recommendations for things that, you know, maybe people are asking you about. I also love using these receipts that we have. So we have one for skin and personal care products. We also have one for motives. They really come in handy when you're meeting one-on-one with someone and doing that consultation, or, you know, when you're doing events as well. All the prices are on there. So it's all on one sheet.
Yeah, and your new layered tools as well are fantastic. Look at that. It even has the ring sizes on there to help figure it out. Again, across the divisions, we have, you know, everything from the new meal plans and new recipe books through our TLS division. And then under health and nutrition, we have fantastic infographics. So if you want to print those out professionally in color, they're fantastic. If you're in a location where you even want to display them, you can print them out and put them in little lucite frames, or you can share them digitally or print them and hand them out to individuals to share more information. So really fantastic marketing tools to help you share information, to help you educate, because that's what we do, right? We share information and we educate, whether it's on jewelry or weight loss or health and nutrition or web solutions. Across the board, we have so many things to offer.
But wait, there's more.
There is always more.
Oh my gosh, I want to hear from all of you. Like, how many of you have been using the UnFranchise marketing app?
I have.
It is so amazing. In fact, this is just kind of some of what is on it, but you can share samples. You can share personalized sample websites that are beautifully done. You can actually offer free samples by paying just the shipping and handling. You can share digital content for products and the business. There's videos, PDFs, social media, images, and more. And by the way, we're adding things every single day to this app. In fact, you're going to see some new things that we just added to the app just today and yesterday too, which is so awesome. It also has automated follow-up systems, emails, SMS notifications. You can receive notifications when potential customers receive samples and view content, prospect activity tracking system. Like, there is so much that I find myself using this particular app more and more every day. And because everything's in one spot, everything's right there. And it really helps me manage my business a lot better. I think it's like, it actually streamlines it. It just really helps me stay organized. And this is all included with your unfranchised owner subscription, which blows my mind that it is there. But we're going to go through a little bit more detail what's on the app. But I would like Dr. Tamara to actually introduce our guest that we have on tonight as we kind of go through some of the things on the app.
Yes, I want to invite Beth Black to join us this evening. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to let you share a little bit of information about yourself, but I think one of the reasons that we might have chosen you to join us this evening is that you have been one of the individuals up on that leaderboard for retail. Is that right, Beth? Am I correct in saying that?
It might be right. So
Thank
good to be
you.
here with you ladies tonight. Welcome everyone. My name is Beth Black. I'm from outside of Jacksonville, Florida. I've been with the business for over 25 years. I am a national supervising coordinator. I'm also with my husband, the District of Florida. But more importantly, I wanted to say, I looked at this business, or actually I registered my business because of one thing, and that was the leverage. I was a traditional business owner. All of these tools, there's so much. I remember receiving, Dr. Tamara, I remember receiving at my very first training, and back in the day, nothing looked pretty, but it said how to retail to cover your business expenses. And I thought, wow, if I could cover my business expenses with my retail, then I have to learn that. And it was just 3 little steps. And I have consistently implemented those and built those relationships. So this is what I just want to say. I absolutely love, love, love all of this because it allows me to be dangerous, meaning I don't have to be the expert in anything. You guys don't have to be the expert. They do everything for us. And it's just gotten better and better and better. And this app is just, I love what you just said, Leigh. It saves you time. It helps you get organized. It's really helped me to do that. But the thing is, we have to realize we can't hide behind the app. Because in the end, it's the relationship that builds a customer base long-term and keeps them there and turns them into business partners.
Right, absolutely. And we were talking earlier about some of your favorite tools that you use, and you mentioned you were using the app for trial size marketing as well. So we just want to share with everyone some of the features of the app. And Beth, I'm going to ask you to pop in and share as well how you've been using it so successfully. But we know that for the use of the app, we can promote free samples out through the app. We have the ability to use social media. We can call and text, send samples, all through this amazing new app. And the samples could go through the app, and you can also drop ship those samples as an add-on when you're in your unfranchised checking out. As I had mentioned earlier, with the catalog, you can add it onto an order. I hope all of you are aware that you can add a sample in that order as well for a customer. And it's a great way to build share of customer. So for instance, I had a customer recently had placed an order, and I added in a sample and I sent a little message along with it because, as Beth just said, it's part of the relationship building, right? So I had to reach out to that customer and say, I just wanted to let you know I included this sample. I'd love to have some feedback and, go through the follow-up. But the app does that as well. And it gives you the ability to have those follow-up email drips that are sent to them. If you're not familiar with this yet and you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend that you send yourself a sample or send a family member a sample and, just get some feedback and see what those emails look like, those follow-up emails look like, so that you have some experience personally. And that way it's going to make you more comfortable and more willing to share them with other people. Beth, have you been using the trial size?
Constantly. And I love that you're saying this, because here's the thing. You want to send that to yourself, because had I not sent it to myself, I wouldn't have realized what it looked like and what it said. And I realized, wow, that's like, they write it for you, which is great. But I realized that wasn't what I would say to somebody. So you want to personalize it. And so you can put in the text, or whether you're emailing it, whatever, you can put in exactly what you want to say and use your language that you would use with people. And you can, if you've already had a conversation, be able to do that. But I'm sending out, I'm actually growing in this by the day. I can honestly say over the last couple of months, there's not a time that an order doesn't come in that I'm now not sending it through the company. At the beginning, I was getting the packs of 10 and I was giving them and sending them myself. And now I've just realized it's so much easier to just have them send it, but you can't just send the sample.
Right.
You have to connect. So you want to make sure you send a follow-up. And I think there's nothing to replace voice. So if I can voice text somebody, or I can send them a short little video of me talking to them, and I say short, less than 30 seconds, you guys, short and sweet and to the point, just because voice is what connects people. It is not a text message. It is not social media.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Love it. Love it. And this next screenshot is just showing you what we have available right now in terms of the trial size. So as Beth said, you know, you have the ability to buy them in the 10 pack, which is fantastic now that we're spending more time out and about with people. You know, if you're going to a networking meeting or things like that, it's nice to bring those with you and share them face to face in person. So you do have that option to purchase the 10 packs, but we have, you know, through these different products that we can purchase through the 10 pack, we also have that you can add on the one at a time through the UnFranchise checkout or through now the marketing app. So if we look at the next screen, I just want to show you some new tools that we've added. And when we invited Beth on, I asked her, she was familiar with these. She's already got them printed out in her hand, ready to go, like unbelievable. So these are some new tools for you. Now, the one with the white background, just so you're all aware, has an editable bottom to it. So you have the ability to put your contact information, your website information, so that the person you're handing it to has all of that contact. This one with the white background is living under the support materials tab in your UnFranchise back office. And so you have the ability to personalize it with your information. And I would highly recommend that you personalize it and then save it on your desktop, because you have the ability then to just keep sharing it, whether you're emailing it or sending it as a text message or posting it up on social media. That way, it's got your contact information. You don't have to keep retyping it in. The one with the colorful background was just uploaded last night into the UnFranchise marketing app. And that is living on UnFranchise marketing under the section that says new. And so you have the ability now to send this out to potential new customers or an existing customer, maybe that you want to expose to some new products. And you can share this out and ask them which one interests you the most. I can send you a sample with some more information, and they'll look at the infographic and be able to pick which one they like. So this was a collaborated effort that we had from our team, and I just absolutely love the way it came out. I'm so excited. Beth, you've already printed this out. Have you used it yet?
I have. I used it this morning. I just want to thank you and the team and everyone at corporate for bringing us these things. This is amazing. You know, these are golden. They're worth their weight in gold, is what I want to say. Truly, if you have ever owned a business, it takes thousands of dollars to create things like this and make them and have them printed for you. We have all of this available to us, and then in the app as well. I just want to mention something that I learned a few weeks ago. I kept thinking, why can't I see any of this stuff that they're loading in? When you get into the app, you have to, and I'm doing it now by the day because they're adding things every day. You've got to pull up your phone and you need to like open up the app, and then you need to kind of scroll down with your finger on your phone so that it will update.
Yeah,
and it will actually say updating. And let me tell you, it's updating by the day and all of this stuff is in there. This is amazing.
So glad, so excited for these new tools. How easy does it make things? And so I just want to show you that when your customer receives a sample, it's really all in one. It is so professionally done. professionally written, professionally designed. It comes with a customized letter that has your name and your website on it. So I just want to make you aware, when you send things through your marketing app, it gets tracked back to you, right? Unlike when you're printing off the support materials, you need your contact information. This gets routed back to you. And so the letter that comes with this sample pack has your name and your website and your return address on it. And then there's the automated follow-up emails and text messages that come out that you have the ability also to go in and personalize and tweak and make some changes on. So make sure that you send one to yourself first, or to a family member, that you can see those ongoing follow-up emails that come and what they look like.
So powerful.
Yeah. And again, through the app, you can share, if not a specific sample, you can send which product would you like, our new flyer. And you can also share your sample website with your potential customers so they can actually try a sample themselves. Now, if you send them this website, they're going to then get all of the information on the product. They're going to have the videos, the reviews, and they can actually order their own sample. They would pay then the $5.95 themselves for the shipping. I personally like to send it to them and cover that cost. That's a tax write-off for me. I don't typically charge for that when I send a sample, but just so you're aware, they can order samples themselves and just offset that shipping cost of the $5.95 themselves. So fantastic information for yourself and for your customers.
Oh my gosh. And Pulse, I want to hear from you guys in the chat. How many of you have been using Pulse? Because
amazing.
Pulse, it's like, it reminds you to do those personal reach outs, which when you have a lot of customers, it kind of like, it's hard to do. Like the follow-up gets, you're like, oh gosh, I forgot to do that. Or, so this actually gives you push notifications every morning. It gives me a list of things I need to do, or people I need to reach out to. It's awesome. It lets you know when auto ships are coming up, so you can reach out to your customer and let them know that it's coming up, just in case you need to switch something. But you can see first orders, your active customers, your inactive customers, which, by the way, Jim Winkler was just telling us yesterday that when he was on his little vacation, he was sitting by the pool reaching out to his inactive customers, and he got a ton of orders just from doing that. And he said some of these customers, like, I had never texted before, so I just like made sure to let them know who I was and why I was reaching out to them. And people really appreciate that. They really appreciate that there's someone kind of looking out for them and giving them the reminder, or offering them what we do as a customer manager to really help them with whatever they need for ordering, or whatever that is, or questions they have. But it really does help the follow-up. And I know, Beth, you've been using Pulse as well, right?
I have. This is like having a full-time secretary, and I didn't have to pay her a dollar.
Love it.
It's just, I mean, again, it's just so amazing what we have it to use. But here's the thing, people, we've thought that people want to just text. And I will say this, that I love Pulse because it's making me now get organized and look like a real professional, because it's reminding me every morning who to reach out to. I can go in there and see who's got an order coming up, whose auto ship is coming up, who's been inactive. But here's the thing, reaching out to those people, I do it first in a text. But then if they don't respond in the text, I will reach out with a phone call. And I am finding that it's amazing to me, honestly, you guys, that people are picking up their phones. They don't know me. They don't necessarily know it's me, and I'm not in their phone. And they're picking up the phone and answering, which years ago, people didn't pick up their phone and answer. They're picking up their phone. I just had a conversation, and I love mistakes. I love when people have errors. So this morning, another example, I had somebody's transaction that didn't go through. It was an error. So it came through as an error transaction, do not honor. And immediately I texted the person and I said, could I call you? This is your shop consultant with your isotonics. And he wrote back right away and said, yes, is everything okay? And I called him, and it ended up, we built a relationship. So now I've got this person building a relationship. I immediately went from Pulse then into the app, and I ended up sending him information on an additional product that he wasn't aware of. So he was buying glucosidrin and calcium, but had never heard of prime joint support formula. So I now shared Isotonic's prime joint support formula with him. And I don't know whether he's going to order that, but I'm going to be following up. And now we have a relationship.
That's fantastic. It is so important.
Yeah.
And Leigh, I just want to go back one moment because you mentioned about Jim Winkler and what he shared with us yesterday on the call. And Cullen, I want to thank you. You just posted up in the chat actually what he did and what he said. And if you go and scroll through your chat and find what Cullen just wrote, he used the inactive customers who hadn't ordered in a period of time. And he said, I'd like to share a valuable promotion. And he customized it to their name. I'd like to share a valuable promotion that's currently available. Simply use the coupon code, right? He used the coupon code to entice them to receive 10% off their next order, to have them reorder. And I don't know about you, but how many times it's happened to me where people were ordering and they sort of just forgot, like, things got crazy, life gets busy, and it wasn't that they intended not to order, it's just they never got around to it. So sending this kind of a message out and having Pulse share with you what the customer was ordering previously, you can really customize it with a reminder and that coupon code. And many times they'll say, oh my goodness, it's been so long, I really do miss that product, I think I need to order it again. So thank you, Cullen, for posting that verbiage up in there.
It's always nice to hear what others, say, and then you can kind of make it yours. So I appreciate that too. And the Pulse is right on your UnFranchise marketing app. So it's not a different app. It's just a different section of that app. But the other thing that we added to the marketing app was a way that you could share our quizzes and questionnaires that we have within all of our divisions. So we have our custom skin quiz, which gives recommendations on different skincare regimens. I think there's 190,000 different possibilities. So that's a great tool, again, where you're like, I don't know what to recommend to this person. Just share that quiz with them and have them take that. And of course, I already mentioned our motives, Find Your Flawless Face match quiz. And then we also have a Nutri-Physical, which now is in segments too, so that you can actually choose which segment you'd like based on what you're kind of looking for. And then of course our TLS weight loss and lifestyle profile, and it'll give you, recommendations on what menu plan you should be following, what supplements that maybe you should be taking to help. And all of these quizzes, by the way, you guys can take like under 2 minutes. I think our custom skin quiz is like a minute. I know Nutri-Physical, depending on which one you take, but it doesn't take a lot of time. So if you guys have not taken these quizzes for a while, I want you guys to take them so that you can experience it and then you can share with your customers. And by the way, like sometimes I'll just reach out to my customers and be like, you know what, we have a new tool. Can you check it out? And send it to them, because a lot of times they're like, oh, maybe I should get this. And you might get some sales out of that. Or I'll send it to them after, as a follow-up, like, thank you so much. Like, some of the things we talked about, I think this quiz might be helpful for you. And you actually get emailed when they take it. I know for the custom skin quiz, you actually get all the recommendations that they got so that you can follow up with them and reach out to them and say, I saw you took this quiz. Let me answer any questions you have and be there for them, because usually they do have questions afterwards. The other thing that I've been really using the app for is I've been uploading my own media to the actual app, and you can just record a video on your phone or upload a picture from your phone. But when you share it from the app, it will let you know when someone opens it. You'll get an alert that they viewed it. You'll get an alert on how much they viewed of the video. And it's a way that I've been able to personalize it, like, hey, we just got these new brow pencils. Let me show you how to shape your brows and, so that your brows are looking good. And it's been a lot of fun to kind of do that with all of our new product launches and share that with my customers. And so content sharing, I mean, there's so much. There's business information. You can actually share follow-up videos. We have an amazing video that JR actually just launched in World Conference that I love to share with people. There's so much there. So just go on there and again, like play around with it. And I love what Beth said earlier, because I always send everything to myself first too, so that I can see it. And you can do that from the app. Like I'll send things to my husband to see how it goes through, so play around with it first if you're a little like hesitant on what it says, but it's so cool because as soon as they click on it, it gives you an alert that they clicked on it. Then you can follow up and see how they liked the video, what they liked about it, get their thoughts and follow up right away.
Leigh,
Now,
can
how
I just
about,
jump in?
sure.
I want to just add something real quickly. One of the things I've learned when we're using all of these surveys is to not just send the survey and tell them I'm sending you a survey, but to tell them up front that I'm sending you a survey that's going to help create a really valuable conversation for us about your skin or about your health, so that they know that I'm going to be following up with a conversation. And it's not just going to be, here's this survey, I want you to buy product. You want to show them you care. And so what I do is I tell them up front, I'm sending you the survey. When you're done with it, let's then have a conversation. Let's book a time. When do you think you can take it? And then I find out if they could take it in the next couple of hours, I'm booking that time. Can I call you tonight at 7:30? I just did this yesterday with the Nutri-Physical and followed up with her. And she went on last night at like 11:30. I woke up this morning and she purchased a full Daily Essentials bottle kit and also a large vitamin D.
That's awesome. Those are wonderful emails to wake up to, aren't they? But I love how you said that. So for those of you listening, that was awesome right there. Like the whole night, like that was golden for me. So
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I know that you were also kind of using Shop Live for a while too, right, Beth?
I've used it. I have to say I'm not great at it. I am surely not proficient at it yet. I am getting better and better, and I am working on it.
And I actually, the same thing, like, but we have to use things to really like get to know them. And I think that some of you, and like say in the chat, if you've used Shop Live or not, like say yes or no, because if you haven't used it, I encourage you to do it. I've actually found it really helpful in like smaller situations. Like I can actually, speak to just a few different people this way and show them products and do just like those small, short talks. It's great because you can actually just, the product you're talking about will show up on the screen and they can just click or touch on the screen and it will take them right to your website. And again, they will check out from your website. You don't have to worry about that. But I've done layered, little lunch and learns this way. I've done all sorts of like different, just small events, not really anything that's like scripted or with an outline. It's just me sharing my favorite things. And I found that that's really been effective because I'm keeping it real and I'm keeping it like, connecting with my clients that way. So if you haven't done a Shop Live, I encourage you to round up a few of your friends, tell them it's the first time you're doing it, and just do it. You will learn as you go, but it's pretty cool technology.
And you can even try and practice with some other business partners and kind of just take turns so that you get comfortable. Because I know it's a little scary and intimidating to go live and to do some of these things. So pairing up with, a few business partners, whether you're financially connected or not, it doesn't really matter, but work together as a team, help each other. Maybe somebody that has a little bit of experience can help somebody who is not as experienced, because it is a great tool and we all need to get more practice there. And then of course, when we're talking about retailing, we cannot not talk about doing product presentations, right? So whether it's a home in-person presentation or whether it's on a Zoom, we have fantastic tools available. Now, we did go through this on a previous Zoom that I was on with Dr. D and Brandy Murphy. We talked about the home product presentations and the Zoom product presentations. So this is more talking about tools for them, but they're so important to generate more retail sales, to share. And again, this is something you can also work with other partners with. You can cross team. But as Beth said earlier, retailing gets your business profitable from the very beginning, right? So it's important to get out there and just share some information, whether you're new, wanting to learn more product knowledge, or you're an experienced UnFranchise owner, that you can invite other newer business partners too, so that they can then learn. This really helps to increase the stability of your organization, because we're building on BV, right? We're building on retail. So this is a great way to get that retail going. And as Leigh will click to the next slide, you will see that we have the opportunity to work in many different themes, right? So if your focus is on health and nutrition, you can do a wellness 101. If it's TLS, we can do a TLS overview. You can do motives and skincare events as well. You could do combination. It depends on how small or how large you're willing to go or how many partners. I've done some home presentations in a larger venue with multiple UnFranchise owners, and we had one table set up for health and nutrition. We had one table set up for TLS. We had one table that was set up with all Motives Cosmetics and our amazing skincare products. And we had different UnFranchise owners from different specialties. We all had different experiences, and we shared that, and we all invited our guests. And wherever their interests lie, whoever had the experience shared the information on those products. So it's a great way to cross-pollinate, not only within, from your business partners, but even across divisions, because it's hard to specialize in everything, right?
It really is. But I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that people are wanting to get together again. They want a reason to have something like this. So like, we have some amazing outlines. So if you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, just so you know, we actually have an all about skin outline. We have 2 different motives events you can choose from, give your beauty boost. And, so like, just again, look at these. We've got some product packages that you can offer if you'd like. Utilize our tools and what we have. And these are just some flyers that are within those systems. Of course, there's PowerPoints that are with them. There's all the different marketing materials that come with each event, but they're so handy, and they're effective because we're not featuring a ton of products. We're just keeping it short and sweet and not overwhelming people.
Right. And it's nice to have a guide to follow, right? Because especially when we're new, where do we start? So I wanted to share with you another brand new tool that was just uploaded into the support materials as well as on the marketing app. And that's our health survey. And this was something that's been around in the field for quite a while. And I want to thank Jackie Blasco and Barb Bolt for asking for a new updated version that the whole field could use. So this was just recently revamped. There is the ability to share it digitally, send it out through the marketing app, or print it out if you're having an in-person event. If you send it digitally, hopefully it's working now. You actually can check the little boxes. It is editable for your customers to do that, and make sure that they fill out the bottom of that form with all their information, because that's the information that you're going to go ahead and use to register them as a preferred customer, which you, again, as we said at the very beginning of the evening tonight, you want to always make sure that you register your customers. And then we have, as you can see, how to host a virtual layered trunk show, and also helpful hints for hosting your TLS events. So fantastic tools available to sort of give you the roadmap to get started.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, we do have a section on unfranchise.com that you can actually have different coupon codes generated if that's something that you would like to do. Sometimes it's nice to offer either free gifts with purchase, but you can also offer, these coupon codes to some of your existing customers. Maybe they haven't ordered in a while. You can use them at events, just it's your business. So you can kind of design that how you would like to for your business. So if you're not sure where that is, you can see at the top that you just go to business, my customers, coupon admin, and marketing, and you can decide which coupons on which sites that you would like to have active. So we have some homework for you guys. So the first thing I want to know is in the chat, what is a new tool that you're going to start utilizing for your business now, kind of after seeing all the tools that we have? And I do want to, we had a question that I do want to just talk about a little bit. Someone's asking if I use the list manager. I use the My List on shop.com all of the time. Anytime I have a consultation with someone, I like to put everything we talked about on a My List, and then I call it an electronic list. And I usually share that after as a follow-up regardless of what they bought or not. I just always like to have a file of that, because you never know if people down the road are like, what was that you recommended to me? I'm like, oh, let me look on the my list. And I just name them by their names and such. So really great tool on shop.com that we have. So I see some of you guys saying trial size flyers, all the surveys, Pulse, new. So I love that. I'm seeing all different answers from everybody, which is really the goal, right? Because we have to find like what works for us in our businesses, shop live and plan a product presentation. But like, really honestly, the first thing I wanted to encourage you guys to do is like, take a look at what you're buying in your house. And I know Dr. Tamara is going to be doing a presentation with Lisa in a few weeks about shop.com, and they'll go in a little bit more to that. But the more products that you use, the more that you'll be able to actually talk about with your clients, right? So it's all about using as much as you can, not only to experience it, but you guys, like, what we have is powerful, where we can connect households and get paid for what we buy. Implement trial size marketing with at least 10 people. I hope that Beth gave you some really great ideas on how to do that. Schedule a home or a Zoom product presentation. I'm going to highly encourage you to do an in-person because I find that people are really wanting to do that, and they're so much fun. And always have the goal to develop those 10 to 15 repeat customers who purchase at least 40 BV monthly, right? And if you have more than that, great.
Absolutely. And I agree 100%. You have to be a product of your products, because the things that you use and the things that you like are the things that you're more likely to share with other people. So try something new yourself in any of our lines or divisions and get some experience with it, and then just share it with other people.
Do you want to talk about this slide?
Sure. And so we wanted to end this evening with reminding everybody that we have an amazing, amazing event coming up on August 11th through the 14th. Our 2022 International Convention is our 30-year anniversary. It is going to be an absolutely amazing event. If you haven't noticed yet, I hope that you will all go either onto your UnFranchise.com or check through your UnFranchise emails. By the way, a lot of great information comes through those emails. Make sure you open them and read them and take a look. But there was a very important survey that was put out that the company would really, really appreciate if you took a few minutes just to fill out that survey and answer those questions. I have to tell you that the Lauren and JR are just doing amazing things planning for this upcoming event with the rest of the corporate team. And you absolutely don't want to miss it, but they want your input. They want your input, they want your feedback, and they want to create an event that is something that everybody wants to attend. And I have to tell you, you need to attend it. You have to come. It's going to be an in-person event only, right, Leigh?
It's going to be like no other event you've ever attended. So if you're like, oh, it's going to be, no, it just like, we can't even put into words what you're going to experience, but I can tell you that you want to be there, because if not, you're going to be like, what did I just miss? It's going to be amazing. Like we're going to have details come out like in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to kind of trickle things on you. But like right now, your goal is to have your tickets to get there. And I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
So excited. It's going to, like Leigh said, be like no other convention we've had before. So get that survey done, get your tickets, and please, please, please join us in August in Greensboro.
Can't wait.
For sure. And next week, join us on Zoom again. We are going to have our leaderboard recognition. So we're going to be, not us, but we're going to have, I think it's actually Andrew Weissman and, a couple others that are going to be calling out some of the leaders on our leaderboard. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, we have our schedule for the next coming weeks for sure. But yes, I know we have even more tools that we couldn't even get to today. So if we missed your favorite tool, like, yes, we have more, but I hope that gave you an idea. And thank you so much, Beth, for being here. Really appreciate all of your tips. And I learned a lot from you tonight.
As
It was
did
such a
I.
pleasure to share this platform with you ladies. And I'll just say, I think every one of us came here for a reason, not tonight, but just in general to this business to help people. So don't die with your music inside of you. Go
Aw.
out and touch someone's life because people are waiting for what we have.
Oh, I
Thank
love that.
you. Love it.
So
Thank you
true.
so much. And let's all focus on our 53, right? 53
Yes, and keep
gallons.
on growing, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye. Take care.
Good night. Thank you.